This is the story of a remarkable survivor. It is a journey spanning 150 days in the vast Australian bush. Our subject is the laughing kookaburra, one of Australia's most iconic birds. Its famous call sounds just like human laughter, echoing through the eucalyptus forests. This tale begins long before that first laugh. It starts inside a tiny, fragile egg, hidden away from the world. We will follow this creature from its very first moments of existence. The path from a helpless chick to a skilled predator is filled with challenges. Survival here is never guaranteed. It is a constant test of strength, instinct, and a little bit of luck. The life of a kookaburra is a true wild adventure. These birds are the largest members of the kingfisher family, but unlike their relatives, they are not expert divers who hunt for fish in rivers. Instead, they are masters of the land and sky. They hunt snakes, lizards, insects, and even small mammals. To become such a formidable hunter, a young kookaburra must learn many skills. It must learn to fly with precision and power. It must learn to identify prey and strike with deadly accuracy. This education starts from the moment it hatches, deep within the safety of its nest. Our focus is on one particular kookaburra family. We will observe their daily lives with an unflinching eye. The story unfolds in a towering gum tree, a silent witness to the drama of nature. Here, the adult kookaburras have chosen a home to raise their young. The journey we are about to witness is a raw and honest look at the natural world. There is no added drama or human emotion. The facts of survival are incredible enough on their own. Every day brings a new lesson and a new threat. This is the unwritten story of how a kookaburra becomes a kookaburra. The 150-day timeline is a critical period. It marks the transition from complete dependence to self-sufficiency. In these few months, the chick must grow, learn, and adapt at an incredible pace. The world outside the nest is unforgiving. Predators lurk in the shadows and on the ground. Food is not always easy to find. The weather can be harsh and unpredictable. For the young bird, every moment is a fight for its future. This is a chronicle of that fight. It is a detailed account of the first most dangerous days in the life of a laughing kookaburra. The story begins inside a tall, ancient eucalyptus tree. This isn't just any tree, it is a fortress. High up on its trunk, a dark opening leads to a deep cavity. This hollow is the chosen nursery for the new kookaburra family. Unlike many other birds, kookaburras do not build intricate nests from twigs and grass. They are far more practical. They seek out existing hollows in trees, often those carved out by termites over many years. This natural chamber provides excellent protection from the elements and from the prying eyes of predators. The entrance is just large enough for an adult kookaburra to squeeze through. Inside the hollow, the environment is simple and stark. There is no soft lining of feathers or leaves. The floor of the nursery is nothing more than a layer of coarse wood dust and debris. This is the natural bedding that has accumulated over time. It is here, on this rustic surface, that the female kookaburra will lay her eggs. The darkness inside is almost complete, offering a hidden sanctuary from the bright Australian sun. This simple, unadorned space is all the family needs. Its strength lies in its secrecy and its solid wooden walls, a perfect defense against the dangers of the outside world. The female lays a clutch of small, white and surprisingly round eggs. Typically, there are 2 to 4 of them. Each one is a promise of a new life. They lie clustered together on the floor of the dark chamber. From the outside, the nest is almost invisible. There are no telltale signs of activity, no twigs sticking out. The parents are careful and secretive. This hidden den is their best strategy for ensuring the next generation has a chance to survive. For now, the eggs are just silent, fragile shells, holding the potential for the boisterous life that is to come. The choice of this specific tree hollow is a critical decision. It must be high enough to deter ground predators like goannas and snakes. It must be deep enough to protect the eggs and future chicks from swooping birds of prey. The parents have inspected many potential sites before settling on this one. It is a testament to their powerful instincts. This bare, wooden cavity is not just a hole in a tree. It is a carefully selected stronghold, a safe room where the first chapter of the young Kookaburras' lives will unfold in darkness and security. Once the eggs are laid, the long wait begins. This period is known as incubation, and it is a job for both parents. The male and female Kookaburra form a strong team. They will take turns sitting on the eggs to keep them warm. This constant warmth is essential for the embryos inside to develop properly. One parent will remain in the dark hollow, diligently covering the clutch. Meanwhile, its partner will be out in the forest. The hunting parent is not just feeding itself, it is also ensuring it has the energy to take over the next shift of incubation duty. This shared responsibility is a key survival strategy. It ensures the eggs are never left unprotected. While one parent incubates, the other often stands guard nearby. It perches on a branch with a clear view of the nest entrance. Its sharp eyes scan the surroundings for any sign of danger. A curious goanna climbing the trunk or a rival bird getting too close will be met with a loud, aggressive response. The kookaburra's powerful beak is not just for hunting, it is also a formidable weapon for defense. The parents work in perfect harmony, a silent understanding passing between them as they swap roles. The incubation period lasts for about 24 days. For these long weeks, the parents' lives are dictated by the needs of their unhatched young. Their routine is one of patience and vigilance. They must endure the heat of the day and the chill of the night. Rainstorms might lash the tree, but inside the deep cavity, the eggs remain dry and warm. The parent on duty is a silent, motionless guardian. It is a picture of dedication. This tireless effort is a massive investment of energy, but it is vital for the continuation of their family line. The bond between the Kookaburra pair is on full display during this time. They communicate with subtle calls and gestures. The changeover is a swift and efficient process. The arriving parent might bring a small food offering for its partner before taking its place on the eggs. This cooperative behavior is crucial. A single parent would struggle to incubate the eggs and find enough food to survive. By working together, they double their chances of success. Their shared vigil is a silent promise to the future generation nestled within the fragile white shells. After weeks of patient incubation, a subtle change occurs within the nest. A tiny crack appears on the surface of an egg. Inside, a chick is using a special egg tooth on the tip of its beak to break free. This is a huge effort for the tiny, undeveloped bird. It can take many hours of chipping and pushing before it finally emerges. The first chick to hatch is a strange-looking creature. It is completely naked, with no feathers to cover its pink skin. Its eyes are sealed shut, and it is utterly helpless. It is little more than a mouth and a stomach, driven by a single, powerful instinct, the need for food. Soon the other eggs begin to hatch. The dark, quiet hollow is transformed. It is now filled with the faint, high-pitched cheeps of the newly born chicks. The parents' job has suddenly become much more demanding. They must now provide a constant supply of food to these hungry mouths. Their hunting trips become more frequent and more urgent. They return to the nest with beaks full of insects, worms, and small lizards. The chicks sense their parents' arrival and respond with a frenzy of cheeping, their heads wobbling unsteadily as they beg for a meal. The parents deliver the food with great care. They land at the entrance of the hollow and enter the darkness. The chicks are blind, but they can sense the vibration and sound of their parent. They stretch their necks upwards, their mouths gaping wide. The parent identifies the neediest chick and carefully places the food item deep into its throat. This process is repeated all day long, from sunrise to sunset. The demand for food is relentless. The parents must work tirelessly, to keep their growing brood satisfied and healthy during these critical early days. As the days pass, the chicks begin to change. Dark pin feathers start to push through their skin, first appearing on their wings and back. These are the first signs of the feathers that will one day carry them through the forest. Their eyes, once sealed, slowly begin to open. For the first time, they can see their siblings and the dark confines of their home. The nest is becoming more crowded and much noisier. The chorus of life that began with a single crack on an egg is now a constant, demanding presence in the heart of the old gum tree. In the cramped and dark space of the nest, a harsh reality of nature begins to unfold. The chicks are not all equal. The one that hatched first is often slightly larger and stronger than its siblings. This small advantage can mean the difference between life and death. When a parent arrives with food, it is this dominant chick that can push its way to the front. It stretches its neck higher and opens its mouth wider, making it the most obvious target for the parent to feed. This is the beginning of a fierce competition for survival within the family itself. This behavior is a form of natural selection in action. The parents do not deliberately favor one chick over another. They simply respond to the strongest stimulus, the most vigorous and demanding offspring. In times when food is plentiful, all the chicks might get enough to eat and thrive. However, if hunting is difficult, the parents may not be able to provide for everyone. In these situations, the weaker, smaller chicks are at a severe disadvantage. They are often outcompeted by their stronger siblings and receive less food. This is a difficult but effective way for nature to ensure that the strongest individuals survive. Sometimes this competition can become more direct. The strongest chick may actively attack its younger, weaker siblings. They have a sharp, hooked tip on their beak, and they will use it to peck and injure the others. In the confines of the small nest cavity, there is no escape. This behavior, known as siblicide, is a brutal but common survival strategy in many bird species. It reduces the number of mouths to feed, ensuring that the remaining chicks have a better chance of growing to their full potential. It is a stark reminder that survival in the wild is a constant struggle. For the chicks that endure, this early competition forges them into tough survivors. They learn to be assertive and to fight for their share. The weakest chick, sadly, may not make it. It may succumb to starvation or injuries inflicted by its siblings. Its body will remain in the nest, a silent testament to the unforgiving laws of the wild. The remaining chicks continue to grow, their strength built upon the harsh lessons learned in the darkness of the hollow. This internal battle ensures that only the most robust and resilient kookaburras will eventually leave the nest. As the surviving chicks grow, their education begins in earnest, all within the confines of the nest. Their bodies are now covered in a coat of fledgling feathers, and their eyes are wide open and alert. The parents start to bring larger and more challenging prey. Instead of small insects, they now deliver whole lizards, mice, and even small snakes. This is a crucial part of the learning process. The chicks must learn how to handle these bigger food items. At first they struggle, but instinct soon guides them. They learn to swallow their prey whole, head first. One of the most important lessons is learning the kookaburra's signature hunting technique. The parents will often bring prey that is still alive. They drop it into the nest, and the chicks must figure out what to do. They instinctively grab the creature in their beaks and begin to bash it against the wooden walls of the nest cavity. This powerful, repetitive motion is designed to kill and tenderize the prey, making it easier to swallow. The sound of this activity, a rhythmic thudding, can sometimes be heard from outside the tree. It is the sound of young hunters practicing their craft. The chicks also begin to learn the calls of their species. They listen to the adults' famous kook-kook-kook-ka-ka-ka laughter that echoes through the forest. Their own first attempts are clumsy and weak, more of a squawk than a laugh, but they practice constantly, mimicking their parents. This call is not just for show, it is a vital communication tool. It will be used to declare their territory, warn of danger, and stay in contact with their family group. The nest hollow becomes a training ground for vocalization. As the young birds find their voices, life in the nest is no longer just about eating and sleeping. It is now an active training camp. The chicks are becoming more mobile, clambering over each other and flapping their developing wings. This flapping strengthens their flight muscles, preparing them for the most dangerous test of their lives, their first flight. They peer out of the entrance of the hollow, getting their first real look at the vast green world that awaits them. Everything they have learned so far inside this dark chamber has been in preparation for the moment they will finally leave it behind. The day finally comes when the nest is no longer big enough. The fully feathered young kookaburras are now called fledglings. One by one, they move to the edge of the nest entrance, gathering their courage. The world outside looks enormous and intimidating. The ground is a long way down. After some hesitation, driven by instinct and encouragement from the parents' calls, the first fledgling takes a leap of faith. It launches itself into the air, flapping its wings frantically. This first flight is rarely graceful. It is often a clumsy, uncontrolled tumble. The young bird's goal is simply to reach a nearby branch. It might crash land among the leaves or struggle to get a firm grip. The first few hours outside the nest are a period of extreme vulnerability. While the fledgling is getting used to its wings and learning to balance on branches, it is an easy target. Predators are always watching. A carpet python coiled on a branch or a large bird of prey soaring overhead sees this inexperienced youngster as a potential meal. The parents remain close, on high alert, ready to sound a loud alarm call and mob any threat that comes too near. The other fledglings soon follow the first. The family is now reunited in the trees, but the safety of the nest is gone forever. The young birds must quickly master the art of flight. They take short, experimental flights from branch to branch, gradually building their strength and coordination. Their landings become more controlled and their confidence grows with each successful trip. They follow their parents through the canopy, learning the layout of their territory and discovering the best perches for spotting prey below. Even with the parents' protection, the dangers are immense. A fledgling might misjudge a landing and fall to the forest floor. Down here it is exposed and in great peril. Snakes, goannas and feral cats are all ground-level threats. The young bird must find a way to scramble back up into the safety of the trees before it is discovered. This period, from the first flight until they become proficient flyers, is one of the most hazardous times in a kookaburra's life. Many do not survive these first few days of freedom. Now that the young kookaburras are mobile, their real hunting education can begin. For the first few weeks after leaving the nest, they still rely on their parents for food. They follow the adults closely, watching every move with intense concentration. They observe how their parents sit motionless on a high perch, scanning the ground below. They see the moment a parent spots prey, a slight tilt of the head, a focused stare. They witness the explosive dive, the powerful strike, and the capture. Every successful hunt is a live demonstration, a lesson imprinted on the young birds' minds. The parents begin to encourage the fledglings to hunt for themselves. They might capture a lizard and bring it to a young bird, but instead of feeding it directly, they will drop it nearby. This forces the fledgling to perform the final kill and the bashing technique it practiced in the nest. The first few solo hunting attempts are often failures. A young kookaburra might dive too slowly, missing its target completely. It might successfully catch an insect, but then struggle to handle it properly. Patience and persistence are key. The young kookaburras start with easier prey, like beetles and worms on the forest floor. These small successes build their confidence. They learn to use their powerful beaks to dig in soft earth and flip over leaf litter to find hidden snacks. As their skills improve, they move on to more challenging targets. They practice the sit-and-wait technique, perching silently for long periods, just as they saw their parents do. They learn to calculate the right angle and speed for a dive, a complex skill that takes many weeks to master. This is a gradual transition to independence. The parents continue to provide supplemental food, ensuring the young birds don't starve while they are learning. The family group, which can include older siblings from previous years, all participate in this education. The fledglings learn what is good to eat and what is dangerous by observing their elders. Slowly but surely, their clumsy attempts turn into skillful strikes. They are transforming from dependent fledglings into capable predators, ready to find their own food and survive on their own. After 150 days, the transformation is complete. The young Kookaburra that began as a helpless, blind hatchling is now a magnificent bird. Its feathers have the familiar brown and white patterns of an adult, and its powerful beak is a formidable tool. It is a skilled flyer, able to navigate the dense forest with speed and agility. Most importantly, it is a successful hunter, capable of providing for itself. It has survived the dangers of the nest, the perils of its first flight, and the difficult lessons of the hunt. It is a true survivor. The young bird will remain with its family group for some time, often for a year or more. It will help its parents raise the next clutch of chicks. It will take on the role of a helper, bringing food to the nest and defending the territory against intruders. This cooperative family structure is another key to the Kookaburra's success. By staying with the group, the young bird continues to learn and gains valuable experience in a relatively safe environment. It contributes to the survival of its younger siblings, repaying the care it received. Eventually, the time will come for the young Kookaburra to leave its family and find its own territory. It will need to find a mate and a suitable nest hollow, just as its parents did. The call that was once a weak squawk is now a full-throated, rolling laugh that carries for miles. This call is its declaration of presence, a signal to other Kookaburras that this patch of forest is its own. It will use this call to attract a partner and begin the cycle of life all over again. The journey from egg to independence is a story of incredible resilience. From the dark, dusty hollow to the sprawling canopy of the Australian bush, every day has presented a challenge. The young Kookaburra has overcome competition, avoided predators, and mastered the complex skills of survival. Its story is a powerful example of nature's design, a process refined over thousands of years. As its laughter echoes through the gum trees, it is not just a sound, it is the triumphant call of a survivor ready to continue the legacy of its species.